Welcome to the Better World Podcast, a weekly journey into the world of managed services, cybersecurity, communications, and other aspects related to the mission-critical infrastructure for small and medium businesses and organizations. We also take a regular deep dive into our work in the B Corporation movement, as well as the incredible mission and work by our customers and partners. Our goal is to bring business owners, directors, and managers take-home value, helping them to make better decisions regarding what has become the backbone of many enterprises and organizations. I'm your host, Matt Bauer, and this week we have in the Better World booth Jeff Grass, co-founder and CEO of Hungry, an amazing company and Better World customer that we celebrate both for all their success to date, but also their incredible innovation and focus on employees and community as the COVID crisis continues to unfold. I'm joined also by my colleague, John Jordan, General Manager of BetterWorld Technology, for Episode 3 of the Better World Podcast. We're excited to have in the Better World booth today the CEO of one of America's great growing businesses and business stories, Jeff Grass of Hungry. Welcome, Jeff.
Thank you, Matt. Excited to be here.
All right. Well, let's dive right in. First question to you, leading up to March this year, things were coming up all roses for Hungry. You had James Beard Chefs and raised your Series A and closed your Series B. And just before the crisis and adding some amazing celebrity investors as well. And, business catering was really a focus, and now Hungry at home as well. And so for those who haven't heard of Hungry, Jeff, give us some background and tell us about your journey to Hungry.
Sure. Well, Hungry is really the first platform that connects companies with top local chefs to provide both business and event catering. And what makes this very unique is that we work with a platform of chefs. We now have about 200 different chefs on our platform that all primarily cook out of ghost kitchens or incubator kitchens. So it allows us to give our clients, I should say, very, very high quality food, tremendous amount of variety because you can pick and choose from different chefs each day, yet it's produced in a very cost-effective way. So it's very economical, typically kind of a sub-Panera price point. So that's the kind of the core business. We started about 3 years ago in the Washington, D.C. market and have just been growing like crazy for the last couple of years. The first year was very much sort of building the technology platform that enables our business model. We now operate in 7 different cities across the country. And to your point, about a month before coronavirus arrived, we were fortunate enough to close a $20 million Series B funding. That gives us capital to continue to grow Hungry. And the plan is to, or at least was, to be in 23 different cities across the country by the end of next year.
Awesome. Wow, that's a great story. And tell us a little bit about your personal journey to this point and how you got there.
Sure. Well, my background for the last 20 years or so has been very much of a bit of a serial tech entrepreneur. Hungry is the fourth venture capital-backed technology company that I've either started or co-founded and led. They've all been business to business to consumer, kind of B2B2C, technology-enabled services or platforms, generally very mission or purpose-oriented companies. And my 2 co-founders at Hungry were co-founders at my last company, LiveSafe. So we've got kind of the same core team. And I'd say the biggest unique aspect of it is that this is in the food space, which is the first time I've built a business in the food space before.
And how what was the aha there? What were you how did this come to you? How did the idea for it come to you?
Yeah, well, the initial idea, really credit goes to one of my co-founders, Aman Palavani. It was really through the experience at LiveSafe, where we were a rapidly growing technology company. We had an office in relatively kind of what we call a food desert, so there weren't a whole lot of great sort of restaurants and choices around. And so either going out for lunch or bringing food in was always a bit of a struggle and a challenge. And so he started to brainstorm on how could we solve for this? How could we provide high quality, healthy food for our team? And the idea of why don't we tap into top chef, like local chefs or local cooks, and the idea kind of snowballed from there to could we create a platform and then own the delivery and make it really amazing and really solve, kind of the core challenges that office managers and administrative assistants have in bringing food, into the office today. And what we learned was, it's really kind of a broken, process today, and that, frankly, the entire industry around office catering, which primarily sources from restaurants and traditional catering companies, doesn't work very well for the buyers of office food. It's fascinating. You look at it, restaurants and neither restaurants nor catering companies were ever designed around providing food for an office. And because of that, there's just a real mismatch between the needs of the market and how it's currently being served.
And then also from the chefs and from the I'll call it the industry side, restaurant side, catering side, this also provides a steadier flow for them, right? So it gives them another option and it provides another side of business for those folks.
Absolutely, yeah. We really, one of the more exciting aspects of the business is it does provide chefs an alternative career path and an opportunity to make, in many cases, significantly more income than a typical, chef role. It also gives them a great deal more lifestyle flexibility. Chefs on our platform work as 1099s, essentially independent contractors, and so they can choose when they want to work, when they don't want to work, what they want to cook, what they want to price it at. And so it really is about, helping them kind of create and build a business. So we now have chefs on our platform that make, $40,000, $50,000 a month. And so it's just, dramatically more than what they might normally make in a, working, at a typical, chef job.
Jeff, that's a great story to hear, and appreciate you sharing that with us.
Yeah, my pleasure.
But Jeff, I've worked with you guys kind of since you became a customer of BetterWorld Technology, and I've had the pleasure of interacting with staff in almost every location, and have heard all of the amazing stories that they talk about. And one of the things that we've heard recently is just how committed you guys are to your team and trying to keep as many people as possible employed during this terrible time, as well as your chef network. And in doing so, you guys had a pretty exciting and very rapid change in business model and launched the new business in what, less than 3 weeks?
Yeah, under 2 weeks, actually. Yeah. It was even felt a little strange to be talking about sort of office catering right after everything that's happened in the last month or so. But as you can imagine, the core business has been materially affected by the pandemic, and so we really kind of said, we've got really two courses of action. We can do what, most other companies in the food space are having to do right now, which is, significantly reduce their headcount and really just try to cut costs and survive. Or we can see if we could innovate our way out of it. And we felt like, it was not just our own core team, but the chefs and the catering captains and all the people that really make up our marketplace and our business. We really need to figure out how to support all of them. And so we then decided to, because we have still the ability to produce, incredible high quality food at very economical price points. And we have over 200 food safety trained catering captains. It's essentially our services team that in normal times delivers food to an office, sets it up, provides a cleanup service. We can leverage them and their capabilities to be able to deliver food to the homes. And so it was really with that we launched in under 2 weeks a new business that we call Hungry at Home, which provides now family-style meals delivered direct to people's doorstep in an ultra-safe way with no contact delivery and at a very economical $100 price point that feeds 8 people. So we just launched it a little over a week ago. It's been amazing to see the team pull together. Our tech team's been, nonstop nights and weekends, working hard to kind of create the technology that enables the business. Our operations and chef network teams have had to work with our chefs on retooling their menus to create menus that would work well with a family style offering. The food arrives chilled, and so it then needs to be reheated, which is obviously different than a typical office catering. And figuring out all the pieces in between. And as Matt mentioned earlier, we were fortunate enough to have some wonderful supporters. Kevin Hart invested in our recent round of financing. We've got some amazing celebrity chefs as investors as well, like Chef Tom Colicchio from Top Chef and Chef Ming Tsai from Simply Ming, and they've all been really stepping up. They've used Hungry at Home, provide meal donations to different constituents in need, sometimes first responders, sometimes low-income people, low-income elderly people in Philadelphia. Kevin Hart sends lots of meals to, and just helps kind of publicize it and get the word out. So it's been awesome to see our investors as well as our team all pulling together to try to help us launch this new business in record time and get it off the ground and really provide, I'd say, a much needed service in today's world.
That's awesome, Jeff. Congratulations, and well done on the pivot and innovation. That's something we really love and appreciate. We deal with so many businesses and nonprofits across the country, and we really love to see when folks step up. So that was huge, and also getting everybody loves the celebrity thing, but for your business, it really does make a huge difference. It's not just the money, but actually the cachet, and then their networks are able to really get the Hungry message and push it out, and so that really is a win-win for you guys for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'd also say it was lots of our partners helped us, including BetterWorld. We quickly had to shift from an in-office organized company to everybody working from home, and then with the launch of this new business, we needed sort of new phone lines and new routing. And I called John here, I think on a Thursday, and by the end of day Friday, we had everything set up and in place, and which was just awesome because we were launching that following Monday. So it was nice to have that wonderful support. So thank you both.
Well, Jeff, it was our pleasure to help you guys, and it's been really great to see some of the good things that have come out of Hungry at Home. The first responder delivery, that you guys have got some really great stories that are just very uplifting in this time of bad news 24/7. It's always great to see the deliveries going out to the Ronald McDonald House and some of the other things that your organization is doing.
Yeah, well, thank you. We're trying, and we're hopeful this. We're seeing some really good kind of early momentum. We're hopeful it continues to build and helps keep all of our chefs and captains and team busy and employed and with a purpose throughout this process, and also hopefully this ends soon, right? So we can all get hopefully back to some semblance of normal.
Well, on that note, if it's possible to put your longer term glasses on, now that you've raised your Series B and you're looking to really take things to the next level, give us your vision of what you see, once the crisis has settled down a bit and for Hungry the coming years.
Yeah, well, I'd say we're still, very much sort of bullish on the overall business and the future. I'd say probably like you, everybody else, we're trying to figure out how long does it take to get to a more normal state, and how will this crisis affect how people think about things, how they approach things, and so we're really working on how do we sort of innovate our office catering offering to be able to sort of increase the level of safety and confidence around it. So there's lots of things that we're working on to sort of prepare for what I'd say is sort of the next phase of this. But hopefully it's over fast. But our thoughts are it takes a little while to kind of start to shift back into somewhat of a work setting, but it will still be a little bit of a gradual process before it starts to feel like it used to. But ultimately, we think we're in a great position and excited about the future and believe we can do great things with here at Hungry.
Fantastic. It's been amazing having you in the studio, Jeff, and we love what you're doing. Really look forward to growing with you and watching Hungry just become a national force. And we appreciate as a B corporation and a company that's been putting people and planet alongside our mission for a long time, what you're doing in terms of all your folks. And I guess, John, I'll throw it to you for the last word or any last question you might have for Jeff.
Jeff, my wife is anxiously waiting when you guys are going to be in the Midwest here, because I think we have used, all of the 10 recipes that we can cook really well. So trust me.
Yeah, hopefully soon. We're now closest is Texas. We're now in Austin and Dallas are the two most recent cities. We're also in Boston, New York, Philly, DC and Atlanta, but hopefully soon, John. But thank you. And Matt, maybe to your point, real quick on the B Corp, I'd say it's what's one of the things we really love about BetterWorld is just kind of the alignment with our core purpose, which is to improve the lives of everyone we touch, and one of those commitments is to our community, where our core focus is around environmental sustainability. So in more normal times, our caterings use materials that are either biodegradable and fully compostable or recyclable and reusable. So we really work hard to try to limit the environmental footprint of our business. And also, we have a big corporate commitment to helping fight hunger, where for every 2 meals, in a traditional world that our clients purchase, we provide a meal to fight hunger. With Hungry at Home, for actually every family-style meal you order, we provide 4 now. And it's enabled us to provide over 500,000 meals to date to help those in need. And so I just love kind of the alignment around, our businesses in terms of, not just trying to create a good business, but, how do we leave the world a better place, in the process. So thank you all for that. And maybe a quick shout out. Our website is tryhungry.com, TRY hungry.com, for anybody who'd like to check us out.
Fantastic. Jeff, thank you. And a great note to end on for sure. And best of luck to you and your team. And we'll be talking to you soon.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
All right.
Thank you both.
Thanks, Jeff.